Okay guys, welcome back. Hope everybody's keeping well and doing the best. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you a wee dry fly, and this one is basically my take on TJ Hanna's Moneymore dressing, which is a mayfly pattern. Now the hook and the vise is a Kamasan B170 in size 10. 10s, 12s, 14s, but I'll leave the sizes up to you. The thread that I'm going to use is the Textreme 801 black. Before we start, I'll not forget the glasses, because I'll need those. Now, I'm just going to start my thread off a couple of mil behind the eye of the hook. I'm just going to run a bit of thread down until I'm at the point of the hook, remove the waist tag of thread and bring my thread back up into position. Now, to give the impression of the wing, I'm going to use some fibres of bronze mallard that has been dyed a nice medium olive. I've just got some fibres here. Now you don't need too much. I suppose it's high dance you want your wing, really. Now, length of the wing, around about length and a half of the hook over the front of the eye. Come around with a pinching loop and keep a hold of the ends of the fibres and keep your thread tight, because the mallard will naturally want to spin to the side. A couple of pinches and loops, and then work your thread back with a good dozen turns, nice and tight. Then you come in, lift the wing up, bring your thread to the front, a couple of thread turns in front, and then just see the wing. Now, that's a good height for me. Bring my thread back behind the mallard. Now at this point, we just sort of want to split this 50-50, or the best that you can. Doesn't have to be exact. Just going to have a wee check just to make sure. Then once you're happy, which I am, I'm just going to take a couple of figure of eights, lock that in, other figure of eight, and lock it in. At this point, just come in, trim away the waist in a bit of a tapered cut towards the bend of the hook, and then just work your thread down over these cut ends. Just carry your thread. What I do is just carry my thread on down past the point at that stage. Now the tail, you can also use the bronze mallard for the tail as well, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this here, what's left of it, and this is a cock pheasant tail that has been dyed golden olive. Now, length of the tail, it's up to you too, it's your own personal preference. I just want this roughly a length and a half the hook, so just catch it in, bring it up on top, have a wee check. That's just a wee tad too long for me. I'm dressing these for myself, so just move it forward, come back in with your thread turns, have another wee check. That's a bit better for me. Now just keep hold of the tail, bring a thread turn in underneath the cock pheasant fibres, and then just lock that in, and we'll come in and trim away the waist. Now the rib, this is a clear mallard. I'll just show you the spool in a second. So the uni mallard and clear in size 14. Now you can see I've put some colour into it. I'm just going to add some further colour because I've been using this piece. Now the colour is just to dull it down a bit and take the shine off it, but the main purpose of it is obviously to protect the body, which we're going to put on in a second once we bring our thread up over all these cut ends nice and tight, and then work our thread back down, just tight up against the tail. Now the body itself, I'm using a dubbing from the traditional Irish dubbing range called the Natural Mayfly. It's a very, how can I put it, like a dull yellow. It's a lovely colour. If you're going to tie Irish loch flies, and particularly mayflies and stuff, you'll not go far wrong with the traditional Irish dubbing. Now I'm just going to build up the body we get that shape that we all like to see. Bring my thread in front. Then, now you'll notice I haven't put it on too tight because I want the rib to bed into the dubbing. That point there, follow this round with your thread. A couple of turns holds that. Come in, trim away the waste. Now the first hackle, and this is where you can change it up. You can use a straight through red game, which is required in the original dressing, or you can, what I'm going to do is, this is just a cock saddle furnace. So there's two hackles on it. This is the first. Now you can dress it far later than what I'm going to do here. The next hackle I'm going to use is a medium olive. You can change this out for an orange, a hot orange. So change things up. Don't, you know, have a bit of crack with your fly tan. Now, two hackles tied in. Lift up the mallard wing. Bring your thread to the front of the wing and tighten into those stems. And at this point, just come in and lift them and trim those away. Right, so you can see what I'm doing. I'll come in with my hackle pliers. We'll get them engaged onto the hackle itself, and then we're just going to take 3 turns at the back of the fly. Sorry, at the back of the wing, apologies. Lift the wing and 2 or 3 turns at the front. Now, I'm just a great believer when I'm dressing dry flies. A couple of turns. Now keep your thread tight. You're better putting more hackle on than not having enough, because you can always remove the hackle fibres. Obviously, the law of physics, you can't add on because you've already tied the pattern. Now, just going to come through with 3 turns behind the wing again. Lift the wing, and then 2 or 3 turns at the front. Just keeping the hackle nice and tight now at this point. Follow this around with your thread. So we just get a turn in the hole is what I do. A couple of turns to secure, and then to lock everything in, just come in, sweep everything back. Nice and tight. And just get your turns of thread in. Nice and tight. While everything's back out of the road, we'll take the opportunity to come in and whip finish, bar that one wee fibre that doesn't want to cooperate. Keep your thread tight. Trim away your tan thread. Break away the hackle at the back. Now we'll just get your varnish, and don't be shy here. Just put everything back and just get a good dab in there. Right onto the head. Any excess, take it away. Clean the eye of the hook. Then what we can do, bring all the hackle forward, just to let you see the dressing. And there you go, guys. That's just my take on it. Now you can tie this with a fawn wing, which would be the original dressing. You can tie it as a fawn wing, and change the belly colour. You can have it. There's umpteen amount of colours in this traditional Irish dubbing range. So you can have a dark green, bright green, green Highlander, cord mayfly colour, green drake. It just goes on and on. But it's worthwhile having maybe a dozen or 10 flies or a couple of different patterns in your box, particularly for the locks that you're fishing. If you're starting lock style fishing, there's a amount of information on YouTube that would get you going. So as always, guys, many thanks for taking the time to view a video. I greatly appreciate it. If this is the first time watching one of my videos, just consider subscribing. It just helps the wee channel grow. There's no odds, so, and the purpose of that, guys, is so you can see a dress and you can fast forward through it, whatever you like to do, and get away to the device to tie. So all being well, God spares me, I'll catch you on the next one. So be good, can't be good, be careful, and thanks for watching. Bye.